my folks didn't have anything. They couldn't give me things. I had to work for it. I worked on my own when I was 9 years old. And
next on Gallery, he's a real antique cowboy, tough as any hombre with a 30-year rodeo career. But Bill Duncan has a finer side, too. He has a fine touch that creates some of the finest miniature wagons and carriages in the world. The Piedmont, Oklahoma native restored and sold full-scale carriages and wagons for years, but along the way, his vision became smaller. We'll show you Duncan's delicate designs.
I make pretty well most all carriages, buggies, stagecoaches, different things like that pertain to the Western heritage. There's no substitute for enjoying what you do personally, working for yourself. It just, and I'm blessed that I made it this far doing what I've done. I have 43 steps from my back door to the shop. That's all I worry about is making those steps. My name is Bill Duncan, and I'm an artist. I make pretty well most all carriages, buggies, stagecoaches, different things like that pertain to the Western heritage. When I was in my 20s and 30s, I restored the original sized ones, and I've been around horses and rodeoed and roped and put on ropings and so forth all through my life, and this was a thing that I come up with after making a small miniature saddle. And when I had the opportunity to get into the modeling business and the artwork, I just said, that's for me. I just thought in my life that I could do something that was creative, that I was satisfied with, and it just kind of gives me something to do that I've never done before, and that's one of my pleasures out of it, is to build something that is really nice. I've been building wagons and carriages for right at 9 to 10 years, right in there somewhere. When I was 7 years old, I had a team of goats, and I would go to the ice house and pick up ice and deliver it in the neighborhood. And I'd make 3 cents to a nickel on every one I delivered, and we're talking about, to me, that was money. But those are the way I grew up, and I still have those thoughts of a kid, having a goat and driving it. And that, we're talking about now, that is wonderful to me. That's just some of the ways I lived. And it was wonderful. My folks didn't have anything. They couldn't give me things. I had to work for it. I worked on my own when I was 9 years old and basically bought everything I ever had in my life, and that's the way it went. And I'm not sad for that. I'm very grateful. I just like carriages because it's an era that's gone, and but when I say gone, I'm talking about the everyday use of them. But let me tell you, there's probably more buggies and carriages and carts today than there was in 1850, by far. There's a lot of knowledge on books and magazines and a lot of programs, and especially now on the computers. You can pick up a lot of this on there. It's just through the desire of wanting to do it first, and then the knowledge of doing the research and going places and seeing the particular carriages or carts, or and then also people sending me the pictures of a cart or a carriage that their folks had way back in the olden days, and they want a replica made at as close as possible for a souvenir. Most of the photos I get are black and white, and You know, they're really not clear, but I try to make it as close to the photos as I possibly can, and in that era of when that particular vehicle was. And I try to get all the small details that I possibly can, because it's really hard to make small things look like the bigger ones.
Okay, now what I'm going to have to do is cut this.
Details is the secret of what I do. I try to put, like, if it's upholstery in a stagecoach, I put a hand grip where you would normally grab it when you get in or get out. Steps that fit when you walk up and then the right proper place. Lamps on the side. The little bolts, nuts and bolts I use, they're .80s. Some of them I use .90s. They're not much bigger than a straight pin. So it can get irritating. And luckily, throughout my process of building things in the last 9 years, I've only thrown one in the trash can. But why I did that, I don't know, because after I did it, I wished I had them, because it was a good, it was a good project. And details sometimes bring out the real finish of anything. You know, it's like a car. You build a car, you love it. You go paint it, you could ruin it. You have to really conserve your time down to, you know, to being able, having the time to build it and finish it up right.
This here is the War Wagon of John Wayne and Kirk Douglas, and that they used in the movie called the War Wagon. And it's got a Gatling gun on it. It turns, opens up. It's got a safe inside of it, somewhere in here. There it is. And it's identical as the War Wagon in the movie.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Bill, Duncan. Oh, I have been waiting. This is beautiful.
Oh, great. Well, this is another one for the collection.
You do such wonderful work.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I don't go and brag on my stuff, and I don't try to push it on nobody. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little embarrassed about it. I don't like to be in that position like I'm selling something.
Well, Well, this is the original that they had made, and this is what I come out and took photographs of it, and went back to my studio and made the smaller ones, and that's the ones that's in the gift shop now.
It's my work, and I don't want to push anything on anybody. Everybody thinks I'm crazy about this, but you know, I don't mean it this way, but I want to sell them, make people happy, but I just soon not to, because I made them basically for myself, and I enjoy that. And you know, one of the things I worry about is when I send somebody, ship somebody a product to somebody, if they don't answer me, that worries me. It makes me feel like, did I do something right, or should I have done something else better, or are they happy, or what? Now that bothers me. Other than that, I don't get bothered about any of it. I build it and go with it. But if I send it to them and they don't tell me that they received it, they enjoyed it, or if there's anything wrong, whether, and knock on wood, I haven't had anybody complain, and I really mean that. But it worries me till I know. I've got orders now from Australia, Canada, New Zealand. I've had some from Africa, Scotland, and quite a few foreign countries. I think there's 7 of them now that I've had, and then I've had 39 different states in the United States that's ordered things from me. You know, who'd ever thought that a model horse show would be in Australia, and a stagecoach was wanted? You know, so it's kind of different. It really is. It's growing, and I'm so glad it is. I think my shop and what I do and the enjoyment I get out of it, I really feel, plus my health and everything, I just really feel that it's carried me a lot longer maybe than things would have. I just hope I can do it forever. I hope there's no end, because I'd like to go out, if I do go out, and I'm sure I will, I go out with a good thought and a good feeling, satisfaction.
Major funding for Gallery is made possible by Pauline Dwyer Mecklenburg and Robert A. Mecklenburg Jr. Foundation. Additional funding by the Kerr Foundation, Jasmine and Melvin Moran, and Simmons All Spa, and by the Oklahoma Arts Council.
Have you ever heard the sound of hoofbeats in the dirt? Have you ever listened to a cowboy sing at work? Have you ever heard the sounds of a gathering in the fall? Or that lonesome coyote call? Have you ever watched the sunrise while sitting in the saddle, or look down from a hilltop at a valley full of cattle? And have you ever saw the sight of an eagle as she flies in that big wide open sky? Some things in this old world just don't have a price.
For a VHS or DVD copy of this program, please send a check or money order for $22.95 to the OETA Foundation, Post Office Box 14190, Oklahoma City 73113. Or to place a credit card order, call 800-879-6382 during regular business hours.
So cowboys, but I